Yeah, hi. In this video, I want to talk about self-realization and how to overcome some of the barriers that might stand in the way of that realization. So first off, we're going to start with perception. Friedrich Nietzsche said that the most dangerous form of blindness is believing that our perception is the only reality. Let that sink in. See, we're not limited in the way we perceive things. And it's never about what is happening out there. It is always about perception. Another quote is John D. Martini said that I'm convinced that there is divine love, divine order, and divine perfection, and that our beliefs just filter it out. Now, I'm in total agreement with that. With having done the work that I've done, etc., that is how I see things, and if I'm not seeing things that way, I'll tweak my perspective so that I do. Okay, we are the tutors of our perspective. Do not limit yourself to thinking, as the Nietzsche quote said, into believing that yours is the only way to perceive reality. It is not. There's supposed to be 8 billion people on Earth, and each one of them will have a unique perspective on life. So what that shows me is there's no right and wrong ways of perceiving. There are only ways that work better than others. Okay, so self-realization, what is it? It's the realization of the core self, of the essence of who we are, that pure awareness, the observer, the witness that stands before breath, that stands before emotion, that stands before belief and ideas. So how do we connect with that? And what is the value of connecting with that? Well, first off, it's the only way to live. Truly, you're not really living. You are here to master reality, this reality. And in order to master it, you've got to come home to the truth of who you are. And that is that I'm going to use the word connected, but it's not that. It is the realization of the self, connecting back to the self. See, most people live in a disconnected state. It's called the ego. It's purely an idea, conceptualized idea of who we think we are, and we're not that. Okay, so there's one way to tweak your perspective. We are not the ego. We are not the ideas that we think we are. We are far beyond that and far before that. So, okay, so seeing that there is only divine love, divine perfection, divine order, that's really going to help, isn't it? Because it's never about the circumstance or the experience. It is always about how we're perceiving. Now, in my world, the best thing is always happening. All experience happens for one reason only, for one purpose only, and that is to expand our awareness, to come home to the truth of who we are, to bring us into that state of self-realization. So that's how I see things, that everything is there to help me drop the barriers I've created. I like this quote from Rumi. He talks here about love, and he says, ours is not to search for love, but merely to seek and find the barriers that we have created against it. So whether it's love or whether it's the self that we're talking about, it's the same thing. They're not different. They are the same thing, So it's about unpacking the crap that we've placed in front of what is already in full existence within us. That is what self-realization is about. So I'm saying that life will unfold in ways that will give you the opportunity to see where you're coming from a disconnected state. This is worry, this is anxiety, this is fear of the future, this is the past, this is there's this madness, you know. It's disconnected. And this is our natural state of being. It's found when we have mastered this reality. Now, what people say, and it's absolutely true, is all you need to do is drop into this reality. Now, if you're heavily invested in ego like I was, you're going to have trouble with that. There's going to be the barriers that we've created against that we need to seek and find and undo. And life is on our side in that way, in that every experience is designed to bring us into the fullness of who we are, to uncover that or to self-realize. And when we are here instead of here, then life's going to bring about something that is probably going to be labelled as unpleasant, in order for us to look deeper into what are the emotions involved, what are the beliefs involved, and am I perceiving this in a way that is of utmost benefit to me? Now, here's the tools, the first 3 tools for self-realization. First off, it is always about you, never about the other person, never about the circumstance, always about you. Dive within, because that is where the Holy Grail is. That is where fulfillment is. That is self-realization. It is within you, not without. Stop looking at other people and what they're doing and whether they're judging you or saying this or that about you. It is always within. Secondly, the best thing is always happening. We don't know when the shit hits the fan that isn't a good thing. We're only perceiving it as something horrible, as something terrible. And in that perception, we are not coming from that awakened state. We're coming from this. Change your perception. Keep tweaking your perception until you can see that the best thing is always happening, that there is only divine love, order, and perspective. So, okay, that's number 2. The other one is we are the chooser of our perception. We are not limited to perceiving this way or that way. We can choose our perspective. Reality is quantum reality, and it molds to our perception. It molds to our awareness and our focus. It's not fixed. You know, quantum physics is showing that. Reality is not fixed. And what I'm saying is, reality is there for you to experience and to come home to the truth of who you are. So I hope you take those things away. It is always about you, never about the other person. It's about perspective, and it's the inner journey. It's not my journey, it's your journey. And that is what you have to undertake by yourself. Sure, you can get hints and tips, etc. But until you do the work to uncover all the barriers that you've created against that realization, you're going to be in this disconnected state. And that's not a pleasant way to live. We are here, as I said before, to master this reality. And mastering means finding out who we are so that we can make better choices, so that we can live the way to human potential and to live towards our own potential and bring heaven to earth. So I hope this helps. If there's anything that I can do to assist you, please let me know. And if you wouldn't mind, would you please hit the subscribe button? That helps. It goes a long way. So I wish you all the very best.